Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or whenever you get a chance to watch this video. I wanted to thank all the BLAs, building level administrators, for the E3 program for all the responses I've been getting for the participants. The E3 participants' job assignments have been immensely helpful in preparing their future PLI events and other professional developments. Also, for the list of teacher partners that have been coming in, I also appreciate the fact that you're matching up teachers, the E3 teachers, with some colleagues of theirs that they can get in there and ask for help with. So that's fantastic. The purpose of this video is to go over a great deal of information as quickly as possible, and if it's a lot, you can actually hit pause anytime you want, right? Take some notes. It's better than a long email, I thought. Plus, I want to show you some screenshots of some things, particularly that are coming up and that you should be familiar with. So the first thing I want to do is this email that I sent you with this video had an attachment. You might want to pause the video right now if you haven't yet downloaded the attachment and print it, because I'm going to refer to it in the course of this video. So I'm going to get started and talk about this packet. This will be the packet that's sent to all participants this week, and this will be also something that we provide our new hires. And I know a lot of you have had new hires since the beginning of the year, and they're still to get their information. So we're going to have information coming to the schools, and particularly those that have been hired since will get their Danielson books, this information, and a few other things. So this information here is basically your basic welcome and what are the E3 program requirements, who makes up the support teams, and the contacts. So going through this information right here, you can read at your leisure. It's probably information you all are very well informed of. I did want to make some particular note in discussing about our E3 Year 1 participants right now. They basically comprised of a group of people who attended all of pre-service. They actually have very little requirements left in the professional learning requirements. They have professional learning institutes to do, and that's great, and then they'll be finished with the professional learning requirements. We do have a population of people that were hired after pre-service, so they didn't get a chance to attend any pre-service, and they'll have a list of requirements to accomplish the mandatory things that they missed during pre-service. And then there's quite a few actually, that attended some but not all pre-service. So these three distinctive groups have some differences, and we know who they are, and you may or may not know that information about them, but we're going to communicate to them. I want you to understand the requirements and the differences, and it's all located in this packet. Also, these requirements are located on the intranet. So I wanted to show you that in the intranet PD site. Of course, this will be slow because I'm filming live. Go to departments, professional development, and then under the E3 program. A lot of this information that is in this packet is right here available on now the E3 tab of the professional development intranet. There's a calendar of events right now, so if you wanted to show the participants a very quick go-to place, like for instance September 22nd, oh, there's a CHAMPS training, and here's a little bit of information. It's not any way affiliated or linked with my PGS, so we definitely don't want them to think they're registering when they look at that, but it's just an area to find information for up and coming events. Who participates? We know it's the novice teacher or those new to Volusia County schools, regardless of how many years of teaching, or those returning to Volusia County schools with more years, or 2 or more years of break-in service. So this information kind of explains why am I in the E3 Year 1 program. There's a lot of other information here. There's program overviews, but that is also located, this information is located in the packet that you've printed out now. And we're going to go ahead and go back to that. So requirement 1 is the pre-service training. Requirement number 2 is attending the professional learning institutes, and they have to attend 2 of those to receive the 8 credit hour requirements that entails. The mentoring requirements will happen as they are matched up with their teacher partner. We know novice teachers receive PAR assistance review, the PAR teacher, peer assistance review, the PAR teacher. The E3 experienced teachers don't receive a PAR. And we actually consider you, the building level administrator, a very integral part of mentoring, as you'll kind of oversee and make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do. Let me show you something that we're working on behind the scenes, and you might have heard some teachers saying, I have this E3 tab on my PGS site, and there's nothing in it. I attended pre-service, and there's no credit. Well, the fact of the matter is we're building this right now with True North Logic. The engineers are building this, and it is almost ready as of September 12th when I'm filming this. And it is a place in which we're going to have them register for their, really, have them register for their future PD makeups. But let me show you this. So here's actually pretty cool. We've got them down. When we pull this up, they hit their E3 tab. They're going to have, if I attended all pre-service, they're going to click on this. They're going to acknowledge that they attended everything. It's going to be a signature thing. It comes back to our Office of Professional Development. We verify, yes, they did in fact attend all pre-service. Pre-service requirements are finished. But what if I didn't attend pre-service, or I only attended some of pre-service? You will click on this container, they call it, and here will be all the areas in which these are the requirements that they are to sign up for, and it's like a checklist too. You'll see an educator acknowledgement right here, where they'll tell us down here that they attended some. They'll click the radio button, and then there's an accept button down here, or I did not attend any of this, and they'll click that. So that starts distinguishing them as to which participant they are. And right here are 2 documents which are also located in the packet that you've printed out. The E3 program overview, that will be like a Moodle course. It's not yet linked, but very soon, where they'll watch something that is walking them through this whole process. The E3 VSET will be another Moodle course coming soon, as it says. E3 Ethics, the ethics requirement for all new teachers. All teachers have to take this ethics course. The VIMS training, that's something that's a school-based training, so this is more of a checklist item. They'll click on there, and if they in fact have received their VIMS training at the school site with the VIMS facilitator at your school, they'll click that and indicate that they have attended this VIMS training. We probably will be confirming with you, the BLA, that I don't want to change this, and everyone else gets to see that too. They will confirm that they attended VIMS training. Trauma, the hidden barriers to educational gain, is for ESE teachers only. CHAMPS is for those who didn't attend pre-service and missed the CHAMPS training. That's Gen Ed teachers. ESE teachers receive CHAMPS training during their STARTS program. The Danielson Framework 22 Components of Great Teaching is an online course that will be available, and so are the Student Engagement Strategies, an online course that will be available when we're merging with Education. Education Impact is our new online course vendor, and those integrations of those courses are happening as we speak, and so those will be linked up for them to take those. When they've finished everything, they have an area here that they will end up clicking to say pre-service makeup requirements completed. They'll click that. It sends us a message to check, have they in fact, we'll look at their transcripts. Have they done that? And if everything's good, we'll send them a yes, you have been verified, you've completed everything. And if there's something missing, that's when we respond to them that, oh no, you missed this or that. So basically I wanted to show you this tab because it's actually going to be very useful, very cool once it's up and running. The third tab here, you might notice it says required professional learning institutes. This will be also where we anticipate where they will sign up for their E3, the PLI, as we call them, Professional Learning Institutes, the first one, the second one. If they opt to go to the third and the fourth, that's fine if they've done their first 2. If anyone's hired after the first one, which is October 2nd, then they can attend the second and the third to meet their requirements. So I just wanted to show you those and this tab, which is going to be a great asset. But as with all technology, we got some things we're working out in the background, and it should be something that will be really, really helpful. Moving on down, of course, the contact information for us in the office, and this is a link to the intranet site for professional development. This is the form I actually really want to start discussing. You can see now how this all connects. They will receive this form. If they missed all of pre-service, they will see requirement 1, what they're supposed to do. They're going to need to make up the 24 credit hours, and You'll see E3 program requirements. That's the Moodle course. There's the VSET Moodle course. Code of Ethics, VIMS training. These are the self-paced online courses, one in particular for elementary, one for middle, one for high school. It's just based on their job role. The Danielson Frameworks online course. And then here's the two, there's the CHAMPS and here's the trauma. Requirement number 2, here's the PLIs. This year we've themed the Professional Learning Institutes in planning as the first one, and the second one will include planning and assessment. This is aligned with the FEAPS, the Florida Education Accomplished Practices, that were necessary to deem mastery of when they finished the E3 Year 1, E3 Year 2 program. But this would be the form here for if they missed some. This is where it might get a little more complicated, but you need to have your eyes on this so you understand if they have questions. First we got, if you missed all of Monday, that was August 4th, then these are the 2 things you need to make up. If you missed Tuesday and you're an elementary teacher, that was August 5th, these are the things you need to make up. If you missed Tuesday and you're a secondary teacher, these are the things you need to make up right here. If you missed Wednesday, elementary, that you need to make up these. And if you missed Wednesday as secondary, you need to make up this information. And as it states down here, see page 6 for the dates and locations of the PLIs and the Makeup face-to-face training. So don't worry, that information's coming. It also tells them attend a PLI that's themed planning and attend a PLI that's themed assessment. So this is very quickly going. I'm going through this very quickly, but I know your time's precious and you just kind of want to see what this is all about. So here's the page that includes all 4 Professional Learning Institute dates and times and locations. Down here is where the pre-service Makeup face-to-face trainings information is offered. You'll note September 22nd and 29th is coming very soon, so we need to get those people registered. They're going to be receiving this information this week. To register for this, it'll be a first come first serve. There's a great number of people who need to make up CHAMPS training. They will only see this one section offered at this time on my PGS, but there will be others. As you can see, there's many others that will be offered. If they're an ESE teacher, the trauma isn't offered until October 23rd, so our tab should be up and running by them, so we'll have them registered that way. Code of Ethics also September 30th, that's coming up on us. We'll be advertising that for all the teachers who need to make up Code of Ethics. Again, here's our contact information, and just so you know, I also include the back 2 pages is to find who you are out at the school, which I'm sure they already know, but just in case, I have the building level administrators as well. So with that in mind, I need to go back to putting something on your radar. Remember, CHAMPS is for Gen Ed teachers only, and it's coming up very soon. And they're going to receive an email this week to register for it if they need to make it up. The Professional Learning Institute is coming up in October 2nd as well. So that's something coming up very soon. It's the first 2 things that are really importantly coming up and that you need to know and make sure that they're registering for. CHAMPS Pre-Service Makeup, this is the information. That's the title of the course and the section number, September 22nd, 29th. This is a 2-night event to get the 6 hours total. They must attend both nights, and it will be located at Heritage Middle School. The Professional Learning Institute, first one I'm planning is October 2nd, like I mentioned, 4:30 to 7:30 at Atlantic High School. They will be registering primarily by their teaching assignment. So if they're a science teacher, a secondary science teacher, they'll be registering in a section that's called secondary science. If they're a grade 1 teacher, they'll be registering in a grade 1 section. There are a few outliers there, and I've been working with their coordinators and specialists to see what we can provide them. And here's a few I wanted to share with you. Secondary math teachers, this is secondary, a lot of you saw this email last week. They have these 2 sections to sign up for. Our E3 Year 1 teachers secondary math teachers need to attend this for their PLI requirement. A lot of them have emailed me getting nervous about, but I'm supposed to attend this other thing. And they need to understand, even in the email it explains that this will be their PLI requirement. This will serve as that. It'll be a very good training for them. And it's something that I worked with Sandra Tweedy on, the math specialist. And so that'll be very good. They need to attend both of those sections, and then they will have fulfilled their PLI requirement. Guidance counselors, Volusia virtual teachers, media specialists right now are a few other groups that actually will not attend the PLI #1 at Atlantic High School. They have other things that they will be working with their coordinators and specialists on that are specific trainings for them. This list might grow, so I might email you others that say, oh, and potentially this group or this group. But for right now, if these teachers are not in your school, if you don't teach secondary, then plan all your E3 Year 1 teachers attending that PLI on October 2nd. Don't worry about your guidance counselors. They're going to be receiving training elsewhere. The Volusia Virtual, Dr. Carr, you know, we've spoken about this, and media specialists will also be receiving something else. Okay, I did this in one take, and you know I probably should add out a few of those bloopers and a couple of those interruptions, but I'm not gonna, because you know we all have things to do. So we're gonna move on, and if you have any questions, I hope this didn't confuse you. I hope it was clear. You know where you can get me. There's my email. The phone works real well. Just give me a call. I'm glad to answer your questions. And other than that, that will be it. So signing off. Have a great day.